So I experienced two things late last year that have actively radicalized me into trying to put my phone down as much as I can. The first thing was I saw an ad, and we all see them, but I saw an ad on my YouTube by Paramount, and the ad had this like CGI goat in the mountains doing the ad, like he was the one doing the ad read, and then there's a skip button in the corner, and where I'm watching the countdown. That's where my eyes first go. That's where all our eyes first go when we're just trying to watch a video and an ad pops up to the skip button and the countdown. But it was a fake skip button. And clearly whoever made this ad has like studied how quickly people are trying to skip over ads. Because as soon as I get the fake ability to skip the ad and I go to press the button, a fake mouse cursor also goes to press the button. Obviously, that fake mouse cursor representing me, the viewer, who was literally about to skip the ad. And then this stupid fucking goat proceeds to bat the cursor away and tisk at me. And then he proceeds to continue the ad read and goes, "Oh, so now that you've heard all that, here's what you should do instead of skipping the ad," and then it drags the mouse cursor to a subscribe button. And I just remember being genuinely furious watching this ad because I'm 22 years old. Ever since I got on the internet when I was like 13, 12, I have been consistently molested by companies trying to shove their products in my face. Every single place I go, every website, every app, every screen will always try to have an ad on. Show me an ad everywhere. And it's been getting worse and worse and worse, especially on YouTube, to the point where now I've done everything in my power that I don't see ads on YouTube. Whether I'm using my phone or my laptop, the only reason I saw that stupid goat ad was because somebody sent me a video on Discord and it opened the video on Discord itself, which doesn't like ad block doesn't work for me like when it's on the Discord app as opposed to actually opening the link on the YouTube app. And that's the only place I still see ads. So and that's the only way I saw that stupid good ad. And it just got me so angry. Like the ad was like telling me, how dare you be so impatient and so unkind that you can't even give us a minute of your time to let us advertise to you. And it's like, fuck you actually. I don't want to see your ad. Matter of fact, I will never, like, I was not never interested in Paramount to begin with. I never will be now. Because actually, get out of my face. The second thing I saw has to do with AI. And AI is becoming a big problem. Because I saw this guy who was talking about AI is going to revolutionize advertising on the internet. So, that's fun. He was like in his room with his camera set up, just as like a normal, like white guy. But then the AI was set up as well. And it turned him into like a woman completely, like a different person, an attractive young lady. And he could turn his head this way and that. He could move his hand this way and that. And it looked flawless. Nothing in his background could give away that the woman on the screen, was not a real person. And it was really disturbing because now this means these companies are going to advertise to us and they can do it for free and they can do it in such large amounts. Like they barely have to spend anything on ads and they will push it to the public and they're trying to normalize this. That's why Coke made that stupid Christmas ad. Coca-Cola, one of the richest companies in the world, made that stupid Christmas ad that was fully AI. And it's like, how do you think this is going to look to your consumers? Because the people that are actually thinking are going to wonder, why does a company that makes so much money want to go to this extent so that they don't have to pay people to appear in these ads and to appear in this ad and to edit it and to do everything? Like, why would they money is not a problem. It's not a problem for them to find people who can spend, who can, they can pay to actually make the ad. But notice how I said people who are actually thinking. I am discovering more and more that the vast majority of people are not, and it's a big problem. And so I've become more and more aware of the fact that I can't do anything anymore because of my phone and social media. I can't. You know, it's to the point like I started suspecting that I might have ADHD. But the thing is, I never had trouble focusing on things as a child. I never. I'm sat and I'm surrounded by books. I recently got a copy of The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, and I'm getting through it slowly but surely. I am getting through it. But I realized that I like reading, but I have to make myself read. That was not a problem I had as a kid. As a kid, I read all the time on the bus, in the car, at school, at home. If I had a book, I would read it. I reread books to the point where they fell apart in my hands. I don't even have any old copies of my favorite books as a child because I read them so much they fell into tatters. They would lose I would read them so many times that they would lose the like front pages. And I wasn't bothered because I'd read those front pages so many times that I had them memorized. Best Friends by Jacqueline Wilson. I read that shit so many times. The first two chapters were missing. It wasn't a problem because I knew word for word what happened in those books. But now as an adult, I can't read anymore. I can't finish books anymore as an adult. I can't finish video games anymore as an adult. I loved gaming as a kid. I wasn't great at it. I've never been great at it, but I loved playing video games. I loved Animal Crossing. I loved opening up my 3DS and playing Pokemon Sun and Moon, playing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I never finished that fucking game because it's hard as shit when you're raw dogging it without a guide. But I would play it and enjoy it, and I liked putting in the effort into trying to figure out the solutions to, the games and the puzzles. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I never got 100% in that game. Again, no guides, no nothing. I just opened the game and tried to figure out what I was supposed to do, and it was always so rewarding whenever I did it. I can't even play games anymore. My default state when I am bored is picking up my phone, and I hate it so much. I feel trapped. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with my own device. And I can't get rid of it because you can't survive in real life without one of these things. You need one to actually function in society. It's really annoying. It's like even like if you have to put in so much effort to engage in modern society without a phone. It's just really frustrating. And there was this one cartoon, like this one animation someone made a couple years ago. It was like kind of corny, and everyone was on the street, and it was a dark gloomy city, and everybody was hunched over on their phones, and the main character was the only guy who wasn't on his phone, and he was so lonely and sad, and people clowned on that animation a lot. But I'm gonna say it, the guy who made that video was right. Like his message was, he was right. Like it was corny then because we probably didn't realize just how much damage the internet was going to do. But he was right. Because have you ever been on like public transport recently? And most likely you yourself are on your phone. Have you ever looked up and actually looked at the people around and like 80% of people are staring at their screen? It's genuinely scary. Like I actually find it a bit scary. Like everybody just, it's like, oh my god, like, oh. I feel like we're zombies. I feel like we're being dumbed down by like these companies who are literally trying to colonize our minds to get our money. It's like the internet is, it's bad enough that we're addicted. It's becoming actively more hostile in the past several years. Ads, oh my god, ads. I can you tell I hate them? I really don't like them. It's becoming really bad. One thing I will say is we kind of need to start resisting because there's a lot of unrest in the world today, and a lot of it is fueled by the internet in very interesting ways. The only reason, just to get a little bit political, the only reason Donald Trump won the American election is because of Elon Musk's acquiring of Twitter. Because prior to that, Trump was banned, and he would not have had such a huge reach without that app. And today, look at Twitter now. It is basically a far right Nazi site. Someone can literally go on Twitter and type in big capital bold letters, "I hate black people." And not only will nothing happen to them, they will actually get many, many likes and many people in their comments saying, "Good job." And they'll try to tell you that that's normal and free speech. I won't say anything. But my point is, we need to remember that these companies are run by people who have their agendas. And in as much as they say your algorithm is based on what you curate to be based on, which is true, you curate your algorithm, which is true, but it is also like, yeah, they can just choose what they want to show you. They can choose what they want to boost, and they can choose what they want to cut attention to. It's like they can literally feed you what to think if you're not careful. And I just think we should be careful. There's just so many things going on. Consumerism, like, I can't tell you to delete Sheen because anybody on the internet knows what the fuck is wrong with Sheen. They know what the fuck is wrong with bad fashion. They know that the things that you buy from Sheen aren't that great. I use Sheen every now and then. You know, I'm not. I don't like. I haven't thrown it away completely, even though I know I should. But what I will say, and this applies to just like all those like fast fashion apps like Shein, Temu, AliExpress, um, all those apps. One piece of advice I will give to you is if you can't delete it, maybe you just like what you see there and how cheap it is. If you genuinely can't live without it, I advise you to delete that app whenever you are not actively shopping for something. Or whenever you don't have like any orders that you actually need that you're like waiting on and you need to monitor. Because if not for any other reason, when you don't have the apps on your phone, it's a lot harder for them to advertise to you. Because the whole point of those ads that you see whenever you use like any other app is, because I don't know if it's just me, but I've been getting ads recently for Shein and Temu and AliExpress where it just straight up takes me to the app. Like if I'm on another app or like if I'm on another app and it doesn't just show me an ad for Shein. It will literally pull me into my Shein app against my will forcibly and show me some products. And obviously the idea here is to, entice you with something that you might just buy something on a whim. And even if you don't, God forbid your eyes linger for just a bit longer than usual, or you actually click on something to check it out. Because what you've done is you've told them that whatever it is they just showed you interests you a little bit. It interests you. The next time they show you, they pull you into the app that same way. Now the products would have been changed to kind of reflect that interest a little bit more. The idea being that eventually you will buy something in this way. But if you don't have the apps on your phone, it's a lot harder for them to do that since the whole point of the app, the ads, is to literally pull you into the app. There's also there's a reason why you can't even buy things from these services without the app. You can't uh, order stuff from Shein on your browser. You need to actually install the app, and there's a reason for that. It's a lot easier to monitor what they can use to entice you when you have the actual app on your phone. And so if you really don't want to stop shopping from Shein, Genuinely, delete the app when you're not shopping. It'll also stop you from making purchases you don't need. I just think we all need to be a bit more careful with how we use social media these days because the world is in a lot of unrest, and I just can't shake the feeling that our dependency on our phones is contributing to that in a heavy way, and that things will get worse if we don't start trying to use social media less and sort of think for ourselves. Like go outside, learn to knit, learn to read, learn to read. But yeah, like read more. Like you need to read more. You need to read. I can't. I can't. I can't. I genuinely can't like make fun of people who read certain books that I'm not a fan of, like book talks, muddy romances. As far as I'm concerned, that's like the social media of reading, especially since a lot of it is still heavily entrenched in social media culture. But it is still reading, and it's if you're reading that, if you're reading the latest Faye Isekai for white women romance books, it's better than being on your phone. So I genuinely mind my business. Like at least the kids are reading. Just get off your phone, please. Please, we need to resist AI. We like if anything, I just think to myself, I need to be doing as much as I can to see ads as little as possible. And I need to be doing as much as I can to see AI as little as possible. Even if it means I need to cut down entirely on how much I use these apps because I can't let them control me. I can't like these days like I feel my skin crawling whenever I'm on my phone for too long to the point where I feel like just chucking it out of the window. But I can't do that because I need the phone. Even on the days I don't like it, I need the phone. I feel like I'm trapped in an abusive relationship with my fucking device. It's crazy. But yeah, I will read more and try to get off these apps because you'll have me fucked up. Genuinely.